Cool. Right. So, here's the plan.
Okay.
What we'll do is we'll go use the friendly match, because that way we can tailor it to suit ourselves. We can make our own teams. So
Okay.
if we start with let me see, let's make a team, make a wood elf team, because they are straightforward.
Just a brand new one? Okay.
Yeah, not well, yeah, go into make a team, go to wood elf team, and we want to try and make life as easy as possible for us. The reason being is the dice aren't the issue. It's can you get in range? Because if you can get in range, then you can score a touchdown. It's just the dice that are stopping you.
All right.
If it's
I
only
actually have a 1100 wood elf team that I don't even use anymore. They're in the farm. I could just take them out. Or you want me to make a brand new one?
It's up to you. Why I say make a new one is because you can put things like sure feet on the catchers.
Oh, you want me to do like a career custom team?
Yeah.
Okay. I got you. All right, let's do that. All right, let's go here.
I don't know.
I'll make a custom.
So
right
I'm
now.
thinking along the lines of you can have maximum positions. We'll have a thrower. We'll have a couple of war dancers. We'll have the tree. We'll sling some linemen in. Next. Rerolls, we don't really want more than many. We'll take an Apo in case something stupid happens. Done.
Alright, and then team name is already in use. Okay.
Did you call it one turn touchdown training?
No.
Ah, that's what I called mine.
I gotta enter a team name. Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one with sidestep, so we can look at a few options and how it can make life easier. Also going to give him sure feet.
How many catches do you think I need? Just one?
Well, I've taken 4 just because it's bodies and a couple of extra linemen. It's just stuff to play around with. You want a tree, you want to put grab on the tree, stick pro on the tree as well.
Okay.
Well, if he rolls bad, at least you've got a chance of changing something.
Right.
So level up. Let's go with
2 rerolls, you said. Okay.
I think I did 3.
Alright, 3 is fine.
Like I
I
say,
need cheerleaders or coach assistants.
No.
So.
Well, I've got a catcher with sure feet. I've got a sprint. Sorry, a sidestep in sure feet catcher. So they're the 2 that I'm most likely to show and demonstrate with. War dancers. I'm going to put juggernaut on. So if I roll blocks, I can turn it into a push.
Got it. Juggernaut. Anything else for them? Leap? No, they already have it. Duh.
Agility 5. No, do we need to? We shouldn't need to leap for what we're looking at doing. Yeah, that's cool.
I'll get it just in case. And I'll just give him strength 4 too, if in case I need 2 dice or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be looking to do it without that. If
Okay,
we're using it, you still put it on there because you can still be looking at. Well, okay, so I've got one guy blitzing, so it's a 1 dice hit. But let's be honest, we want to try and maximise the chances. It's about getting in range. It's about making it happen. It's not about scoring a touchdown. If anything, scoring a touchdown's irrelevant. Thrower, you want sure hands on him for the pickup. Although we're going to try and kick a touchback, because again,
give him like accuracy and stuff in case he has to pick it up from far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, figure I'll do that. Right.
Catch for the high kick.
Oh yeah.
It's like I say, it's about. It's the scoring isn't actually what we're trying to do. It's just trying to get him in range.
Right.
So you know what you need to do. Don't want to change player movements too much, because that obviously has a major impact. Sure hands. Because the way I learnt and taught myself and practice, and I practice before major tournaments anyway, is I don't use dice. I just use a board and I just play. And I just say, well, this is a push, this is a push, that could be a knockdown, and so on. Tree.
Let's get the catcher going.
Strength, I'm going to put guard on a tree, because that could be very good. Because most people have got guard. It also, hope if anybody does watch it, which I don't think they are at the moment, it shows people what skills are potentially useful for these sorts of things. General. So I've put some skills on the tree. I've got grab and I've got guard, which is pro just in case. War dances, I put juggernaut on for obvious reasons. Thrower can shift the ball. And some blocking linemen just to for later on.
I'm really looking to like how to defend against it with whatever team I have. You know, how do I position these guys?
Well, this is it. So what I'm going to do is we'll set up. You'll stick 3 guys on the front line, and I'll and then you'll put the rest of the team out the way. So you're not looking at stopping me scoring. I can show a setup on how to set yourself up for a 1-turn touchdown to get those pushes with movement 8 and sprint, so that it works with rats as well. And then you'll do the same, and I'll set up to defend and explain why I'm defending that way. And that way you can say, okay, yeah, I get this, or I get that, or question why I've done what I've done, and also have a go in the same time of what you're doing. If you stick dodge on lineman as well,
okay,
because then if you roll a stumbles, you can choose to use dodge and not knock the player down, which gives even more chance of making that 1-turn work, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because if I score the 1-turn, obviously I kick to you, then you get to have a go.
Alright, that was done here.
And obviously we're on the Twitch, so if anybody does join us or watch it back at a later time, they can see what we've done and why we've done, because you can actually set up a team and do this so you play versus yourself at home on the machine. Right, cool, that's that ready, so let me know when you're ready. See if I can work out online versus a friend. So you've got
the invitation.
That's cool. You've got an invite.
Just finish my guys. Get the tree with grab. I don't know if I should give a block if it matters.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. So grab. And then pro, like you said.
Yeah, because if it goes terribly wrong or something just doesn't work, you know what? We start again. The teams are in the bank now. They're saved.
And you think I should give him strength 7 so I can just have 3 block dice, or?
If you want to. If you want, I haven't with mine, but if you want to, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just do that, just to make it a little bit easier.
Yeah,
because normally I would like put an assist if I wanted 3 dice in there if I need.
Yeah, and it's also one of those things. Do you know what? If you need to win the game or if you need to score that touchdown, it doesn't matter if you're rolling 3 dice uphill. If those 3 dice end up as pushes, you can score.
Yeah.
I'm not saying be reckless with the dice. It's a case of, well, I know that I can score from this position if everything works as I plan it.
That's true. Two more guys left.
While you're doing that, give me a moment.
Alright.
Okay, we're back.
Do I do anything to my second word answer?
You can do. Again, it's neither here nor there, I think.
Just in case, you know. That's the last guy I'm gonna level up. Let's see, look at him, Juggernaut, like you said. Why not give him pro?
Yeah, I think I'd just use, for the majority, you can use the reroll. There's only, what, 2 or 3 blocks that you're not going to use a built-in reroll with.
Yep. This guy. Come on, where are you, dude? There you are. I needed this. Okay, I think I'm ready.
Okay.
Just one last check. Yep, I'm all good.
Right, join the group.
Accept your invitation. Yeah. All right.
Ah, Raging's watching. Good friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
He's not said anything. Maybe he's watching at work when he shouldn't be.
Holy shit, look at these all-star teams. Wow.
I know.
Right.
Oh, I don't want that one. I want...
There we go, testing.
Where's Wood Elves? Ah, there he is. How we doing, Raging? You well? So, yeah, I think it's one of those things that if you're gonna play a team regularly, doesn't matter what it is, you spend time and right, we got to change the duration to 4 minutes. Otherwise, it's good.
Okay.
Quick match. Yeah, spend time. Learn. If you kick to me first, learn your 1 turns so that if it happens, it can be the difference between a loss and a win or a draw. You know.
Yeah. I've done my okay. So tell you where I'm at. I've done my fair share of 1 turns. I've probably done like about a half a dozen of them. But I want like, what's the worst case scenario? How much men do I need minimum? And then if I'm a non-elf team, what's the best way to defend it if I have 10 to 11 guys?
Yeah, we'll look at all that. As I say, if you kick to me first, stick 3 on the front line wherever you like. It doesn't matter. Join them together, put them apart. It doesn't matter.
All right, I'll kick it to you.
And then move the rest of your guys out the way so they're not an issue. That way.
Like this. Is this good?
Where are we at? I'm just catching up with you.
Oh, I probably shouldn't put my tree up there.
So if you move your guys to the back, obviously don't put a line across. That way I've got a clear run through. I can then show what I'm looking at doing and why.
let's do what some people usually do. They usually do this noob setup where they try to get you to trip over here.
Yeah, but you don't want to
Something
stop
like
it
that.
working, because if you do, then you can't one turn back.
Oh, okay, okay. So
It's
if you
not-
want me to just put them all to group together?
Yeah, it's not about stopping the one turn.
Okay.
It's about, for the first part, I'll show you how I can score. And we'll take it from there. If you put, let me see. No, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. That's cool.
Alrighty.
So I know for absolute fact I can score with 6 players.
Alright, so I'll confirm.
Yep.
Alright.
So I'm looking at, am I going to use the tree? I'm not going to use the tree for this one. So you are not scoring. Where's my... I don't want to use the sidestep. So we're doing standard stuff to start with. The thrower's going to get the ball. We have War Dancer over there. What we got? He can swap with him. So he don't matter. We leave that guy up there. So you come in there, push once, he pushes once there, pushes once there. So what we're looking at is one guy to get the ball, the thrower. I've got the guy in the centre and the group of 1, 2, 3, 4 that are clumped together, and the War Dancer to blitz. So that's
So it'll be a total of
7 guys. Now if I didn't have the War Dancer, the one I'm just going to move that guy there, then that means I'm doing it with 6, which is possible.
6 is possible. Okay.
Yeah,
I gotta
you
see
can
this.
you can do it with 5. You're using the guy that picks up the ball then to join in this space here. Okay, because he will then hand off the ball at that stage, and fills that block, that line, if you like. So if you kick the
So
ball,
you'll do one. Yeah, you'll do one with like 5 or 6 guys, and the next time, this time you're just doing a standard one.
I'm doing it with
Right.
6 guys. The guys in the backfield are just going to get the ball. If you can kick a touchback, it makes life easier. If you kick it in the
Right.
corner where the War Dancers are, then if it does come in field, it makes life easier. It's all about making it
Okay.
so we haven't got to rely on the dice as much.
All right. So you're gonna do this with 6 guys. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Let's put this over here.
I don't care about the weather. Okay, so no touchback. So we don't need... Hang on a sec. We could use him. I want to use sure feet ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So we're going to do our blitz first anyway. So we are coming in from here. That way, unless you set touching, it doesn't make any difference to me. Obviously, we put Juggernaut on him to make life easier. We've got to push. He goes into this space here and follows. Which means we've got our block there. That's inconvenient. There's a reroll gone. Oh, that's bullshit. So we push him to that square, and this is what I say about you just killed him as well. Absolute genius. The next one would be the guy that's waving his hands would block on the diagonal, which pushes my guy forward, which then puts him in range. Okay, so you can see that this War Dancer here wasn't needed. This guy here wasn't needed. They're only used to block squares.
Yeah. They're not
So
needed to do anything.
in
Okay.
this case, had I been lucky, let's move him out of the way. this guy could have come down here, picked up the ball, and handed it off at that space, which would have then meant that I could have done it with that one less player.
5 guys, yeah.
Yeah, if he's not used because of... so we'll move him out the way, because I'm blitzing with 1 dice, which is doable, or I might have guard, you know, then I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in that case. If that makes sense.
Then right, because you need the person who needs to pick up the ball has to take one of those spaces in order to be the 5th guy.
Yes.
It's only 5. Okay.
So in that case, I'd put a catcher back. If you just end your turn, just end the turn,
Right.
I'd put the catcher back, who then goes and does his thing, catches the ball, moves it forward. He's got the further range, because obviously I need to hand off. Sprint gives me that little bit of extra movement. And the only thing that stops me scoring the 1 turn is the dice.
Got it. Alright.
So now I'll set up a defence, and you 1 turn me.
Alright. I'll use the one that I like to use, unless you want me to do one specific.
I don't care. However you want. I'm going to show you how to stop it. So with that, let me put my dodge players in the front.
Okay.
With that, obviously, what was I going to say? It doesn't actually matter if there's a gap or if there's not a gap with that particular defence. So I've set up like this. I'm going to move you across to here. We've got a sidestepper, we'll use him there. Obviously we're going to go with standard stuff, so we'll ignore the fact I've got players like sidesteppers for the front line. If it was standard L's, we've got dodge on the front guys, so you can select stumbles and I can still get pushed. The reason I'm setting up like this while you're setting up your 1 turn is because it's quite close to you, so whether you come off, for those on Twitch, this corner here or the corner of the tree, you're running straight into that line of defence, which means you're dodging on a 5, a 5, a 4 and a 3, or a 4 and a 4, a 3 and a 2, depending on your agility.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Obviously it needs 11 players.
And I'm gonna need to go there. This guy goes over here.
Who else has joined us? Other people would join us. Picking up tips and being quiet. They're anonymous as well. Yeah, now, like that case there, is you can do that on your own in the respect and say, well, do you know what? It doesn't matter that I didn't make it. I could have got in range. And that's what we're looking at. And you can do that.
Placing guys right here, and then I'll remove some that I don't need. I'm just kind of placing right here.
Yeah.
So if I take this guy over here, he's gonna go over here, and then this guy is gonna be over here, and then he'll move that way. He'll move up here, and then all I need is really that guy. So I don't really need him over here. And I don't need him over here, but I'll just leave him there just in case I want a 3rd block or something. So he goes over here, he goes here to there, he goes over there, he goes over there. And, oh yeah, I guess I do need some guy over there. I will put this guy over here. And this guy can go over here if he needs it. There. This is without a blitz, by the way. This is with just using grab.
Yeah,
All
grab's great. That's something I'm going to show as well later, but you're going to hopefully demonstrate it now.
Yeah, so I'm trying to do it without a blitz here. If your tree has grab, it's quite possible to do so, and I think I'm ready for the kick. Make it easy for me.
Yeah, I'll stick in the corner.
Let's see.
I see one potential issue with it, and ignore the quick snap. Ignore the quick snap.
Right.
Just end it.
Right.
So,
okay.
If that tree roots, when you grab the player next to you, you've got to bring someone around to fill that gap.
Exactly. That's why I have this catcher in the very back here.
Yeah.
So he can come around and go over here. So it's like a, in case of emergency, break glass.
Yeah.
Is what I wanted to do. And yes, we got some bushes. And we're going to put him right over here.
And
we'll
follow.
Just go ahead and follow along. And then we're going to take this lovely war dancer. And we're going to go with... Probably I would go with 3 dice if I could, if I have extra guys, but let's assume I don't.
I'm going to say,
this.
if needs be, re-roll that. Bring the catcher around where you can, get the 3 dice, because we want to get you in range. We don't want to just watch the dice fail it.
Exact.
Let me change the angle.
All I need is 1 more hit. It looks like it will be 3 die. No, not a 3 die. If I had guard, it would be a 3 die somewhere over here. I could probably take this guy here and hit. No, I guess I can't. Just want to make sure if I.
You've got a gap that needs filling there.
Yeah. So if I hit.
In fact, you've got 2 gaps that need filling.
Yeah, let's do that now. Put him over here. Put him over here. So this is not the ideal situation if you don't have, but this is in case they all got no prevent you from blitzing. Take this guy over here, and now I'll go ahead and take the dodge because your guy does have dodge, but
do you want it used now?
Yeah, let's say you don't have dodge.
Oh, I've used it, so it doesn't matter. We'll just say he's gone down. We'll just say he's gone down.
But I'm in range already.
Yep.
And yes, this is where you come in, where it's hard for me to actually go through this, guys, because I got all these dodges to go through. Let's take my thrower over here.
Give that to that catcher and run it round.
Yep. Go over here. I forgot to put safe throw on him, so I'll just put him over here.
Safe throw doesn't. And then, oh, okay, I was going to say throw to the catcher. Because then the catcher was real short. He could have then run round to the handoff.
Yep. That would have prevented the interception.
Yeah.
I just had agility 5 on the guy for that. So,
I know I've got a catcher there which I would have used, but it's still a 6 over the two rolls of a 6. Oh, you put leap on him.
Yeah, just to make absolutely sure it works.
Yeah. There we go.
There you go. That's without a blitz.
Right. If you set just 3 up on the front line again.
Yep.
Put them together.
I'll put them together. All right.
And then move the rest out of the way.
Okay. So that one setup you have, that's not the best defensive setup, but it's pretty good if you had 11 guys, you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, there is another way to do it, which I'll show you in a minute.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we'll introduce the tree. Hello Andy, how you doing? So you've just tried a 1 turn without a blitz. So what we're going to do is the same thing, but slightly, hopefully, easier.
Yeah.
Okay, that goes there. That goes there. I could do it there.
It's bad we can't color code like certain squares, so we can say this is the setup you need. You know, like instead of so many guys being in
So
space,
move.
you can say this is needed, this is not needed.
1, 2. I can show you to 1 turn with 7 guys, Andy. So we don't... Yeah, do we need that guy? Hang on a sec. He goes there, he goes there. Yeah, we do. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys again, plus the guy getting the ball, 7. I could replace either this guy that I've just moved, or I could replace this guy here, if I wanted to, with the guy that catches the ball, leaving us just needing 6 people. So if you kick us a kick again.
Alright, I'll go on this side since you got two catchers on this side of the field. And that's definitely a touchback.
That's good. So I'm going to give the ball to our scorer. With the extra guys, I'm going to bring him round for that 3 dice hit.
Very good.
He's rooted, which I don't actually care about.
Oh, you could have did the pro.
No, I'm saving that for if he rolls pals. And even then, if he rolls pals, there's still a chance of getting away with it. So I've rooted, which is something I was concerned about for yourself. But in this case, because I've put him between the ward answer and the catcher, he's not actually part of the play once he's done his hit.
Now, the reason why you still have a chance if it was a POW is because you haven't blitzed yet, so that could really help you.
But I also didn't need to follow up. You needed that extra guy available for if you followed up.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So now he's in range. Now your only choice is, to make sure that guy was probably you would have hit him again. Oh!
If you just end your turn, I'll run it in.
But like I was saying, is this guy right here? If you would have like used this guy over here to this guy right here waving.
Yeah, I could have blitzed him or knocked him out of the way.
Hit him or blitz and knock him out of the way, just so you don't have that dodge.
It's and like I say, it's the dice that are stopping the score, not the.
And you know what? You probably would have made that touchdown because when you got those two doubles, it was on. No, I guess you still would have failed because two doubles right away. Yeah,
see,
two double ones.
That's true, possibly, but then you're playing when you think like that. You're now not playing Blood Bowl. You're playing against a algorithm of numbers that are pre-saved.
Okay. So they are pre-saved. That's your theory, or do you have some kind of evidence that they are?
From what I understand, I might be wrong, but there's two parts to this. From what I understand, that all the numbers are predetermined for the entire game. There's so many thousands are done, and it doesn't matter what you do, those numbers are predetermined, in which case if the next one's going to be a 1, it'll be a 1 or a skull. If you move and stop and move again, it can change the number orders or skips a number, I'm not sure. But if you start thinking like that, firstly you don't know what's coming next. Apparently in Blood Bowl 2 they're all predetermined, so apparently you don't know what's going to come next, so you can't go playing games like that. You need to ignore the dice, and you need to say, well, it's like that score. Yeah, I didn't score, big deal, but I got in range. So if I get into that position where it's just go for it to score, then I'm going to score more than I don't because... Do you know what I mean? Apparently each move uses one of the dice. So if you break the move up into 3 sections, that's 3 dice, even though you've rolled nothing. With the mindset of what you said, that see, I've spaced these apart a little bit now. That's another way, because it creates more dodges.
Yeah.
Creates more dodges.
I'm going to do this with the blitz now.
Yeah.
I'm going to blitz with this War Dancer on the right.
And push through it, looks like. And
push through it over there, yep.
Yeah.
So, and this is in case you don't have grab for your tree. I was going to try to do it like if your guy has guard, because your tree has guard, but it's going to be hard for me to get 2 dice because you got set up here. Wait, I can still do it. I'll put him over here, and I'll put this guy over here. That'd be 3, that'd be 4, and then it'd be 3, 4. It'd still be just 1 dice. Oh, I'm a strength 4. Yeah.
Going back to what you're saying about, well, if you had done this, you would have used up some of your dice. That, whether it is or not, is of the thinking that the dice are predetermined.
Gotcha.
And as soon as you start going down that route, you're now playing the dice, you're not playing the play. And
Okay.
you need to get into the mindset of, do you know what, the dice don't matter. All that matters is that my play was the best it could have been to work for that thing.
Okay.
That's it. Because as soon as you start, well, the dice did this, or if I had done this, the dice, then you're no longer looking at what you do. You're looking at what the dice are, and you can't control them. You cannot control them.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leap into this little section here, but you got an assist here, so I'm going to move my catcher to take away that assist.
Oh, you're leaping in.
Yeah, I'm going to leap in. I'm going to show you how to do it by just blitzing with a leap. And go right here. Avoid the guy with the guard. The tree has guard.
And go through. I'll use dodge.
Alright, I don't have tackle, so yeah.
I'll just use
I can
dodge.
do that. Yep. Now, since my guy has movement 9, I would automatically already be in range. So even with this blitz,
yeah.
I can knock this guy down if I had a POW. I'll go ahead and follow up. Might as well. And now, let's say this guy does not have movement 9. I can then just use this guy here.
Well, I think even if he did, you'd still do it, because that's a dodge that wouldn't otherwise be unnecessary.
Exactly. And in case your tree was a beast that had tentacles or something, you know, whatever.
Yeah. And I think for your dodges, you want to be going through that gap and out the other side.
Exactly. I'm not going to use leap right now.
No, not there, not there. Go to the diagonal.
To go to where? I'm sorry.
The diagonal.
Oh,
next
okay.
to the lineman.
This guy right here.
No. The guy that's going to score.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go to
Move him diagonal next to the lineman.
Oh, over here. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, and then go between the war dancer and the lineman. So far the dice rolls are exactly the same.
All right. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the
between them.
leap.
No, don't leap. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter.
All right.
It doesn't matter.
You're right. I'll go ahead and do dodge.
It does show you.
67 though.
Yeah, it's a 3+ with reroll. And then you go on to the next one, but the final leap, and this is the key, the key part, is no tackle zones. Whereas if you'd gone straight, you'd taken that extra tackle zone.
Aha, yep.
Yeah.
Right here, taking
So that's a flaw with putting this space in, especially against your quick movers like yourself.
Okay.
If you're playing teams now, work on the policy that if you've got dodge, then I don't put a gap in, because what I'm looking for you to do is roll high numbers. If you do have dodge, I don't. If you don't have dodge, rather, I do have a gap, because I'm looking you to roll more numbers.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
You want me to? Yeah, it's always about trying to get him to roll. Do you want me to keep the guys three together like this, or spread them apart now?
Up to you.
I'm going to spread them apart. So now, let's say the person's like, okay, so now you can't use my own linemen against me as blocking squares. What can you do about that? Should I start going with like a more defensive move, like if I want to try to stop this, or do you want me to still...
Not yet. We're just, at the moment, we're talking about, because where you put your players doesn't matter. I'm looking at, you know, I've got a sidestepper. Shall I use a sidestepper? I don't think I will. Yeah, let's use the sidestepper. So I'm going to look at two options here. You'll hopefully like this.
Okay.
You'll hopefully like this. Let's move the tree. Let's get a tree off the field. He's in the way. Big ugly thing.
He's too tall.
Yeah.
I forgot to get extra guys, but I mean,
so
mine's are way more developed than yours. I just put like every scenario.
If you've got if you've got a whole bunch of players, let's say, and let's say I set up for a 1 turn. Let's do a proper setup. I'll try and be a bit crafty. So I will use. Will I want a tree for this? I can add developments looking at stuff. So I'm looking at moving these things out of the way. I'm not even going to bother setting these up because the tree gets in the way. Right, cool. Kick that for me. Kick it short.
Alright. Just gotta hit confirm.
So I've done this before in a league game, and it takes players to have development on it because we've already said that I can do it with 5 or 6 players. You have spaced them apart, so that makes life a little bit more awkward, but not much. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus the thrower on the left hand of my screen, so not yours.
Yep.
That could potentially score if I could be bothered to set them all up properly. If your guys are bunched up, that can make a difference. But I've also set up the other side, and I'm going to use the side step. So if you kick the ball for us,
you're going to kick on my on your left or your right?
You kick it.
Your right.
Yeah, kick it on my right.
All right, go ahead and confirm your setup.
New shows a setup that can cover blitz and PD. Perfect defense.
Pitch invasion.
There you go. That doesn't matter. So, perfect defense is pretty impossible, really, because let's be honest, you don't know where they're going to put things. If they know,
exactly.
But this is I'm looking at coming down from behind, so something's gone wrong on the other side, and I'm looking at utilising the sidestep as best I can. Yeah, we'll just power him down. And catches in range.
Yep, now that he's in range, just needed 2 pushes. Or 1 push and a pow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's use... Just because he's got built-in rerolls, so therefore potentially safer.
So this was another way just to do with 5 people if you didn't have the thrower there.
Yeah, and 2 of them are just...
linemen.
I mean, on this side, it could have even been exactly what you've got there in the pitch invasions deck my score. This guy that's down was my scorer.
Yeah.
So that's no longer an option. So I've set up for the other side. I've set up 2 sides worth of options, and it's not about that score. It's about I've got now 2 options, which makes people think, how do I stop? How do I, yeah, it makes it difficult. Stopping the blitz, if I've set up 2 options, you can only blitz once. That could be a thing. There's nothing you could have done on that score there other than hit the ball carrier, whereas if I had the other side set up, a blitz wouldn't make no difference. So what we have in, let's say I've got less players. Let's take him out. Difficult to do. I've put a gap here so you can't use my player. You're not blitzing him from the tree side. I'm thinking you're most likely to come down this other side because it's easier for you. So I'm looking at something like this. Not ideal. I'm down a player.
Okay.
I think anything less than that, then you're starting to put guys across the back and making them do those dodges because you don't have much else choice. Because you ideally need them 11 players.
Right. To kind of close the gap on that.
Yeah, so what we'll do is... what turn are we on? We've got plenty of turns. We'll have a look at the covering a blitz option. Perfect defense is... it's brutally hard to stop. Brutally hard to stop. Because you have no idea where they're putting players.
So I'm going to go with an attempt to blitz with a leap again. Let's assume my tree does not have grab. And don't even have... Well, let's say I have the tree. I'll use the tree for a block, even though he doesn't have block, so I can get a 3 die on the second time I try this.
Yeah.
I mean, on the second block. Okay, so go ahead and confirm whenever you're ready.
Oh, I can't have more than 2 players in the wide zone. Let's move that dwarf answer there.
Okay, so we got a big guy in the middle, so we're going to go and avoid that. I'm going to need to get my scorer. Most likely over here. Or should I move him over here? Let's see, move the tree here, so I'll move my tree over there. And then I'll have my War Dancer over here. Let's get a regular lineman here. And let's go this guy over here.
Half the battle as well is because there's a lot of people online who will, and when I say that, that sounds derogatory, it's not meant that way, but because the vast numbers of people don't put the time and effort into learning how to one-turn touchdown. They just don't do it. And so your defence becomes largely irrelevant. And when someone sets up flat back line, you're giving them free reign of the front. Absolute free reign.
I'm gonna put him here. I'm gonna put my War Dancer here. That way, trying to use the least amount of people as possible. Try to go with only like 5 or 6. So if I go with that, that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. Alright, so not the 7, but just the 6. Let's see how that works. I think I got it. Just want to make sure. He goes there, he goes there.
Excuse me, puppy.
Go ahead.
Honey, I'm getting ready to order a shipment. I have it all in there and I'm checking out, but
There.
this here is
No, I guess I'll just put him here. And I'll put him here. Just to make it easier for my War Dancer to move in there. He goes here, he goes here, he goes there. And yeah, we'll go with that.
Let's try and kick it out of bounds.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, it's okay, it's yours. Doesn't matter.
Alright.
Just thinking of... Yeah, if he said about also take advantage of quick snaps. Quick snap, if you get one of those where you're halfway there, you can actually drop the number of players you need. I think it's down to possibly 4, which is just horrendous.
So I'm not needing to put in a guy here to block for an assist. I'm assuming my guy only has 3 strength, my War Dancer, because
Yeah.
I already have 2 assists to his 1. I'm just gonna leap right. Oh, we got ourselves.
That's why we got rerolls.
Yeah, I'll go with the reroll.
That's
And
all
double
right.
ones.
Oh, he's stunned. Oh, he's injured.
And he's injured.
That's
I'll
right.
use the APO. No casualty. Alright. Let's try this again with my other War Dancer. My backup.
So he's out the way. Where's the other war dancer? Was he in a suitable place?
Oh, he's in a great place. Yeah, I
Okay.
can just do a leap.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Alright.
There we go.
So we'll take him. We'll go with the blitz. And then we'll have him leap right over here.
He made it.
This time. Pushes is perfect. It's going to push this guy, and this guy's going to go here. And again, if he's movement 9, he's already in range. But we're assuming he's not. Now, this is where I'm going to have to take some risk. If you're down like 6 or 5 people, I'm going to have to move the War Dancer over here. Because he's... well, I could move him here, actually. But I want to do it with the tree. But I do have that guy there. So I'll just move him 1. And...
Does he need to move if you're blocking with the tree? He doesn't.
well, I need to fill the space behind this guy. So I wanted to move the War Dancer there, but I could just hit with the lineman that I got here. Oh, no, I still need to cover it up.
Yeah,
Let's
if
get
you
moving
just...
right here just to cover
Yeah,
it
he's
up.
got high agility. So he didn't need to move. You could have brought a player around. Now the tree can do the
Yeah.
job. Just make sure you cancel grab.
Yeah. Oh, I got to go to pause. I got to go to settings.
I
and
have
got
no idea how to do that.
AI log simple auto centering the camera. It's under skills, pass, dodge, tackle, break tackle, game controls. Oh crap, where is it? Settings. Skills, automatic, tackle, fin, tentacles. Doesn't show me to do grab.
Maybe you can cancel it on the block. Try it on the block. If not, you can still do it.
Alright.
Try
Okay.
it on the block. Now, if you take the push and then select don't use it, maybe.
Oh, it still allows me? I think it still allows me.
Okay, move him
Yep.
towards your end zone. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you just
Yep,
push
that's-
into the player. There we
I'll
are.
just put it into the player. Alright, now
Yeah.
I'm going to go this way, right in front of this guy. Now I knew something new. Oh, the grab will still work.
But you
You
can
don't want
also
it to,
push
because they
into
can
the
just choose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now, go over here. Grab this.
Give the ball to your man,
Over here.
and away he
Hand
goes.
him off. Now this is hard because it's not ideal. He'll have probably like a 4%. A 4 higher to catch. But with the catch, that's like a what? A 55%, 60% chance.
I think a 4 plus
talking
with
about?
it's 4 plus with reroll. That's 75%.
75%.
The first
Okay.
2 dodges, well, that's a lot of dodges. But because I've had to stagger things a little bit, that's one player makes that defensive setup so much weaker.
Now, let me ask you, since we have time,
Yeah.
would it be better if me to use a 3 plus? Let's assume these are all 3 plus dodges because the guy's
Yeah.
agility 4. Would it be better to go with 2 3 plus dodges with a built-in reroll, or use a leap that you have to use a team reroll if you fail?
I think I would go with dodges, but one at a time. Do the first dodge, because let's be honest,
Okay.
if the first dodge fails, the leap would have failed.
Uh-huh.
But if you
Exactly.
pass, then it's the next roll. So we're not looking. I'm just reading what Ad said. You're not looking at the overall chance of it working. You're dealing with one dice at a time. The first one's it's a 3 plus or it's a 3 plus. One's got built-in reroll, one hasn't. If both fail, they fail, so it doesn't matter. If it passes without, well, actually you can use the dodge again.
Yep.
So that's why I would do it. That's my rationale
Yeah.
behind it. Ad
Yeah, I
saying,
wanted to ask that question, even though I knew the answer. I wanted to us to
Yeah.
discuss it.
Ad
Alright, so how do you want me to set up?
saying,
Unless you wanted to, did you want to say something else, or?
set up how you want. Ad is saying, would it have been better to give him the ball right away? And I think, yes, if you know where you
Yes.
want your player to be when you score, and you think there's a chance of a 4 plus, but the best is a 3 plus, but you can guarantee the 3 plus at the beginning, take the 3 plus, especially as there's less chance of something dying then. So yeah, I think so.
Yeah, usually when I do my gameplay, that's usually the first thing I do. Because if I fail just giving the ball to the guy, then what's the point of trying to do everything else? You know?
Yeah.
Because if I failed my word answer, just like you saw, that gives the guy a free boot.
Yeah.
There you go. You know, and now my word answer is now gone, or whatever, knocked out, whatever the possibility could be. So you try to avoid that. I usually try to give my catcher the ball before I do this horrendous stuff. Now, would you like me to try and stop you, or do you want me to keep
Yeah,
the same setup?
set up how you like.
Okay, so
Don't bother with the tree.
right.
Or the yeah. Put a tree and a side step on the front line and leave the rest back. Just use the tree, the side step, and the lone guy, and,
Okay.
and the guy with dodge.
So I'm going to bring the tree with stand firm. I'm going to bring 2 guys with sidestep, or just 1 guy?
Just one.
All right, and then a regular old lineman over here. Like, now, do you want me to set up
However
together
you
or
like.
apart?
However
I
you
like.
want.
Okay.
However
Alright,
you want.
so I'm
In
gonna go-
fact, defend properly, but just one side step and stand firm on the front line.
All right, so I'm
Um,
going to defend. I'm thinking you're probably going to go with my lineman, so I want to try my best to prevent you
Yeah.
from going in that direction. So
Yeah. Monk's asking how to stop 2 movement 10 gutter runners scoring 1 turn. You kill them
Oh,
during
gosh.
play. That's what you do. You
Yeah.
got
That's
8
how
turns
you
to
do
kill
it.
them. That's what you do. You stomp their faces until they're dead.
and I'll put one over here. I think I want to move him here and this guy here. I think it's better. That's what I'm thinking. I'm just kind of spitballing here.
This is it.
Assuming you only have like 2 minutes.
I'd saying he played someone with Griff whose movement 7 with sprint and rolled a quick snap. Could have still fixed the option because he didn't bother and just didn't bother trying for the one turner. And I think you've got to sometimes play for that one turn touchdown. Stick the other sidestep on the front line. It's too late.
Oh.
That's all right.
Oh,
We'll
yeah,
assume
sorry.
that guy's got sidestep. So I'm going to deal with this one guy here and look at options on how to try and, should we say, beat the one turn. It does mean I'm blitzing with a tree. He's going in there.
Oh,
so,
you're gonna blitz with the tree now.
well, the tree's
That's
got grab.
interesting.
The tree's got grab. So
Can you
that's
do
the
this
thing.
without the grab? If you're blitzing with this tree?
No, you need grab on the tree.
Okay, but wait, if you blitz with grab, doesn't work, right?
If you blitz, then
I
that's
don't
right.
think grab works when you blitz.
Yeah, it stops you using sidestep, which is the key.
Aha, that's it. So it cancels it out. So even
Yeah.
though you're not using grab, it's still canceling out the sidestep.
Yep, that's right.
All right.
The trouble is if the tree roots, it doesn't work. Right, the ball's back there.
And it's not like I can stop the end the turn. Your tree is rooted for good.
Yeah. Right, let me see. The trouble with this is 1 pushes in there, 2. Okay, it's not pretty right. Okay, I know how to do this. So we are relying on firstly Blood Bowl 2 implementing the sidestep properly. Ignore the blitz.
Yep.
So we give the ball to him because he's going to score. I need to fill this gap and this gap here. So the only way in which I'm going to do that is he needs to block. Oh no, actually he can. So he can go through to there. You go round to there. Then providing the tree blitzes, you can't use sidestep. If you use dodge for me, that would be very nice.
Of course.
And follow. And then I've got War Dancer can make that hit. He should have dodge to make life easier. He doesn't.
Well, you could still use your lineman on the right side, right? To hit him?
Yeah, but I've got to fill
Yeah.
that gap. I've got to fill that gap.
Oh, because you get sidestep. Yeah, now that you don't
Yeah.
have grab. Ooh.
So
I was wondering when you're gonna. Yeah, I was wondering when you're gonna. Do something like that. Alright. Okay, I would have used that guy with dodge earlier. That
Yeah,
would have been
well,
better.
you shouldn't be able to use sidestep. You shouldn't be able to use
I'm
it.
gonna put do not use anyways. So.
Yeah, because if you can, it's broken. Follow there, because I have to follow. He goes round to there. He goes round to there. You shouldn't be able to use sidestep again.
But anyways, you're gonna POW anyway, so.
I should have used the other one, but it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Just to protect your player. He goes over there.
Oh no.
So there's nothing worse than a 3+ rolled. It's just being able to bunch all your players up and then, you know. So it can be done with dodge, but you have to have that grab. There is another way to do it, but if your guys are close together, I'm using your people to fill the gaps, in which case I actually blitz you with a tree into one of my players and use my players to push all the way through, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
A bit like you did with one of your first ones.
Right. Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna try with another. I'm gonna try with. I've done the War Dancer blitzes. I think we kind of covered that. Maybe do one more tree with grab, or what if we do?
Yeah.
What if we don't have a War Dancer? Like,
What
let's say
if
you
you
don't
don't?
have leap. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try
Okay.
it without using leap.
Well, what I'm
Okay.
going to do while you're doing that is I'm going to actually
Uh-huh.
explain why I set up like I have while you're setting up.
Okay.
So, obviously, I've got these banks of players. At the front, I've put this gap. He's got no war dancer. Makes it more awkward. He can't push on the diagonal. So he's got to push into the gap. So he can't push through, which was shown earlier. But I've got my 2 war dancers, which can get to anywhere they want in the backfield. So if he gets a riot or a something that changes, well, it's going to be a riot, I suppose. They can react really well. These 2 guys here are going to be able to get around for the screen. I've got Lyman and Catcher, the fastest players I've got to bring across and cover this. So worst case is I can hopefully get my line of defence here in columns, which is, you know, over 2/3 of the pitch. That's why I set the way it is. They're not random. Also, if he decides to, these war dancers are protected for a later date. Sidestepper on the line here for Frenzy.
I was thinking of going one way. Now I think I'm going the other way.
Yeah, add saying about Frenzy dancers. So after this, I'm actually going to put together another team. I might actually have one. I would grab one and see. And try and highlight some of what Frenzy can do.
Alright.
If we had 2 diving tackles, where would my preference be? Difficult, because he can choose either side to come out from on this line to suit himself. There's nothing I can do about it. He can push through to this gap. With this gap here, it's more likely he's coming out this side here, because he can push through. If he pushes here, he's needing another push, but he's chain pushing, which makes life awkward. So it's more likely this side here. The back line's bad. I talked in a minute, Monk. The back line's bad because it's easy to avoid them, because you can dodge in this way or in this way. But even from here, I can choose to sidestep here or to step here, so you can avoid these players. So 2 diving tackles is difficult. For pure gut reasons, I would probably go for this one and this one. These 2 here.
I think I'm ready. Just want to make sure.
Let's kick you a touch back. Just because that's the way I think he's going.
Yeah.
Ignore the quick snap.
Alright. Yeah, let's not ignore that.
So we've got no war dancer leaping.
Yeah. So, I'll just give this guy the ball. Now, if we have no word answers, and let's say you probably don't have an agility 5 guy, we're going to need to take this gentleman here. I got 2 block dice. Probably over here, 2 block dice. 1 block dice. Alright. I didn't put myself in a good situation, but there we go. That's all we kind of needed. Move him out of the way. Sure, you have to follow up. Now, I'm gonna pretend this word answer is not a word answer. We're gonna blitz him over here. But before I do that, I need to move this gentleman over here.
Still using the agility, the sidestepper. A lot of what this does for people watching is it also highlights how powerful a skill sidestep can be in a 1 turn, and the tree man with grab is just phenomenal as well. So they're good early skills for them. Yeah, it does pick the sides for people.
So yeah, it is a risk because you have all these 3+ dodges you got to do.
I'll use dodge.
And you do have, yeah, good. But that's the hardest part, is just getting the first block and the second block. After you got that blitz successful, now you're just going with double dice. You don't need to do much more else. it's very important. These two guys that I moved here, the two red ones here, they were like over here, and be careful not to get your own players in the way. Like this last one right next to he had to move his full 7 just to get to that spot. He started way over here, and then he went. You probably can see what I'm doing anyways, because
Yeah.
all right, so I'll just keep going. You just got to hit replay. But I'm going to hit the block dice now. We just got a regular push. And now the guy's going to be definitely in range. And I'll put him over here. And we'll follow along. And if you do have this guy over here, could probably help if I... No, you really can't. I'm not going to even try it. We'll just go ahead and
Pray
take
that
the
you
leap.
roll. Oh, you got leap, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah, that leap. You know,
Just to make it
I'm
easier.
just to make it easier, and he makes it.
But
And
that
then we'll
again
just go with
is
the dodges.
2 tackle zone, 2 tackle zone, 1 tackle zone.
Oh yeah,
You know.
this is why you don't do this at home, folks.
Yeah, don't do this at home. I'm just wondering. I didn't put any catches on. See, a turn 8 trick might be stick a catcher on the line. One that is unlikely to pick on, or 2 catchers, because with this, especially with his players like he's got, let's pretend. Let's just pretend. If that goes there, if this was a catcher, I've got to push him twice. Am I going to be able to push him twice? Yes, I am. So I need another play around. Let's bring that in there. I've done this with Skaven against somebody in Cladder. They tried a 1-turner. I was... don't do that. I was losing 2-1, and they had no right to actually try a 1-turn. They absolutely fucked it up. And that meant that... what do I want to do? I want to stay. And that meant that I had this opportunity that otherwise I shouldn't have to try and score. And it's just like, well, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? And I could do with, this guy's gonna... I haven't got an extra strength guy. Right, so you can go in there. So you go into there. What's this? Is about Spence. Spence set up to do a counter 110 times blitz when he had 15 turns. Yeah. And he would come in here. So if that guy, I've got a gap there still.
Oh, well, you got to move that guy again. Yeah, yeah. There you go.
I was looking for the. Well, let's just do this. I would normally take the handoff rather than the assist for obvious reasons, but we'll do this. No, there you go. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. But dice permitting, that's him in range if he's a catcher, and you can score when you've got no right to because something's gone wrong for them. So that can be, if it's in a drawing position and they're playing for that win and trying that 1-turn, do you know what? You've got nothing to lose. Stick 2 catchers on the front line and say, you're not shifting them both, fella. If you mess this up, I've got a chance.
I see, yeah. Especially if they're like, if they are expendable catches, like if you had a new catcher there, right? You'd probably say...
Yeah, well, it depends on what you deem expendable, because if it's a league play, then maybe not.
Okay. But it's ideal they at least have sidestep we're talking about.
Well, even then, I didn't need sidestep, but yes, sidestep helps.
Oh, yeah. Okay, alright. Alright, so you want me to end the turn? Because it's turn 8 and it's going to go to halftime.
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll pop out and we'll change I'm going to change team. You can stick with that one if you want.
Yeah, I want to see what's the best way to defend again. Like, I've seen people use column defenses. I've seen people use other things too, and I want to see what is the best one to defend against it.
Well, I think that columns that I was setting up, because it makes you roll the most high level dice. It's better than a straight line across the back, which is silly. The only time I put a straight line across the back is if I'm... What's this team look like? The only time I do that is if... hang on a sec. Two minds. Do you know what? We just use this. Against Doom Divers. Because Doom Divers, they're not on this, admittedly, Doom divers are a pain in the ass, and they can be thrown to the end zone.
On the second row, and I've seen players use like an H column defense. What I'm more likely talking about.
Do it and see. Do it
Yeah,
and see.
okay. All right. So I'll just use my same Wood Elf team that I just created.
Yeah.
And then
I'm going to use
I'll
Skaven.
show you what I'm talking about.
Now this is a Skaven team I've actually farmed, so it's a genuine team.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But what I want to have a play around with is some frenzy and stuff like that. Gutter Runner's the same movement as Wood Elf Catchers, it's just I don't roll or go for it. Let's just increase the turn duration. And then we'll have a look at... Someone said about a movement 7. We can have a look at a movement 7.
Oh, with Frenzy, okay. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna set it up. I'm not even gonna tell you, and you'll just explain how you can go past this.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can kick the ball. Oh, you got the coin toss. Alright, so you'll definitely just receive. Alright, so let's assume tree's not there. Not everybody's got like a stand firm guy.
Okay.
Because mostly big guys don't have it. So I'm going to go something like this, where I'm going to put my expendable lineman in here. And then I want to do something like this. Put it across. I think it's like this. Like I said, I'm not going to explain. I'm just going to set it up. I've seen people do this before. And then...
Make the tree one of the...
two guys go.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's something like this. I don't know where these last two guys go, but with the middle is what they usually go with. They go with something like this, where it's like a column kind of defense.
Right.
Alright,
okay.
go and try to stop this.
Okay, let's get rid of the Rat Ogre because I don't need him. And I think even... Oh, I've got nowhere to put him. Right, we'll stick him there out of the way. So, I'm looking at... You go there. I'm not even going to use sidestep because I don't want to. You go there. Let's stick you there. We need a player here. Put him there. He goes one in there. Pushes to there. One. He goes one in there. You can actually go there. And you go there. So, assuming that, let's move these out of the way. So you set up a one-turn defense like that, and I'm absolutely loving it because, assuming that everything that the two players on the left, the Rat Ogre and the other player on the left, aren't needed. I've got myself set up for a 2-dice blitz to start from my rat here to this gap here. He then blocks pushing this guy into this gap here, following up. This guy blocks pushing it into there, which means I've now got one tackle zone dodge and then I'm away. So I'm loving life if you're doing that. I'm going to bring this guy across here just to take away that tackle zone because I've got him. So if you kick me a touchback, it says rolling dice.
Should I put it way back where these three rats are at, or should I put it right up front in the line?
Right up front, near where all my players are, is good.
Okay.
I'll ignore that. Oh, don't you do that. If he catches that, it all goes fucking wrong. So what I'm
Can you
going to
move
do...
it? Yeah, move him
that.
out of the way.
And if the other one catches it, do you know what? There's not much I can do. No, he doesn't. There we go.
Right.
So, ball goes there. This guy is, after all, the blitz on 2 dice. Followed by this guy, pushing him to... there. He's going to go there. The blitz has been done. If I could fill this gap here, then I could actually take another hit to make it easier for us. So, let's have a look at... bringing you up there. Here's a risk. It's a 3 dice risk to start with. Now, do you know what? I think I've just fucked up. Oh, he's passed his loner. Ha ha ha! What a legend.
There you go.
Should have pushed him. Should have pushed him. Yeah, I deserve that. So that would have been a mistake by not pushing. But you know, so what?
Oh, whoops! I should have used my Apo. Sorry.
But he's in range. He just has to roll the dice now. So yeah,
Damn it.
it's a damn sight easier dodge than anything else you'd have beforehand.
Do you want to keep going, or maybe restart? Because I accidentally didn't use my Apo. It was just my reflex of, oh, it's a lineman. I didn't even use Apo.
Yeah, no, we can restart.
Then that way you can do this again, and yeah, just real quick.
Put players together next time.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll say now. I'm going to say like, oh, I learned my lesson. I'm going to put my players together now.
Yeah.
And see if you can pass that. All right.
Friendly match. So yeah, I mean, hopefully that's highlighted why that's not a good defense. I know Skaven, like Wood Elves, are one of the easiest teams to use. But it is like I say, they're one of the easiest teams to use, but it is about, you've got to get that defense right. It doesn't matter who you play against. If I'm playing a movement 8 team, for example, I'm looking for that extra push, and if I get that extra push, then your defense is almost null and void. There are some teams, don't get me wrong, where you think, do you know what, if they don't set up in the right particular way, I'm not going to be doing it. In the what was it called, cross-platform cup, an orc team I was playing with dwarfs, and he didn't bother setting up to stop a 1-turn defense, gave me free run of the middle, and I thought, do you know what, I can do this. I took some grief at first until people realised what I was doing. It didn't work. Dice let me down because the dice rolls are horrendous for a movement 6 touchdown. But if you know it, you've got a chance. If you don't know it, you know, you're not going to do it.
Yeah, I see. It's too bad the dice didn't work out for you there. I've had a situation where, oh, here we go, kick the ball. Alright, so it is pretty much the same thing. I'm gonna be like, okay, I learned my lesson this time. You're not gonna get me now. Alright? Yeah, here I go.
Just talking me. And I think also you've got to think, okay, what I can do, everybody's got access to paper and a pen, you know. get graph paper if you can, because the squares are nice. If you haven't got a Blood Bowl board, although you can pick those up dirt cheap, go and pick yourself up a pen and paper, draw some squares, get some 2p pieces, some nickels or some dimes or whatever country's currency you've got, and these are the opposition's players. These are my players. Use bits of paper on them. Go and buy models if you play tabletop, and just sit there and say, well, this blitz goes into here, it's 2 dice. That worked. This is this. It worked. And if the worst case you've got is 2 dice uphill, but that's also the best chance you've got, then that's the right play. And you know what? Sometimes it works.
Okay. You ready for me to hit confirm?
Yeah. Yeah, I've
Okay.
got 4 minutes to work it out. I think I've got 4 minutes to work it out.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Let me see. Right, we want a gutter runner.
So I'm twiddling my mustache now. I'm like,
I've got him now.
You got me. Yeah, I got you now.
Let's have a guard player. We like guard players. Guard players are my friends.
Now, for the record, I've seen people use this against me when I'm a wood elf to prevent my war dancer from leaping over. That's why I see this. Maybe I'd be different for Skaven, but you know, this should work. I mean, if you can do this with Skaven, you can do this with wood elf because you don't have leap for Skaven.
No.
Okay.
So we're going to go 1 there. 1 goes there. 2 players. So if I set up like this, I'm going to try and do it with the Rat Ogre, just because that seems like a fun thing to do. But I have got Storm Vermin that could do it equally as well. Because I'm just thinking, do I want to use it? I want to show the Rat Ogre the way you can use the Rat Ogre to push through. But the Storm Vermin work exactly the same blitz position into this gap here. This guy blocks into here. The diagonal push pushes into here, and he dodges through there. The only downfall I've got here is it's a 4+ catch here, it's a 5+ catch here, and it's not a pretty catch there. So that's an option. Depending on where the ball lands, this guy might actually be the guy that runs it around here and pops out the pass. That's the thoughts that are going through my head. Hopefully he kicks a touchback, because then the dice don't impede on it, but we've identified what it is. There we go. So there's our catch there. And if we have to make a 4+ roll, we have to make a 4+ roll. This guy's going to come in.
Point is that it's possible to do it.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but it's possible.
Oh, I couldn't cancel him out. Okay, so we're going to try and he's not worked.
You gotta be.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
He's amazing at passing that loner, isn't he?
There you go.
And that's the power of frenzy, when you can use that. Can I get any more? I can't get any more assists. That's alright, it doesn't matter. So again, we've gone through his cheeky cage, but what we've also got is I haven't got to move anybody, and already that's a good hit. So I'm going to bring this guy around here. And knock down, use dodge if you want to, it makes no difference to me. And we've penetrated the defence, we've taken one of our dodges away because the defence didn't work.
Yep. Awesome.
So yeah, it's...
I've got one more setup I've seen, so I'll just do a quick touchdown myself. You can just make it easy. Just make it easy for me. I'll just do this as fast as I can.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd saying about using. You've got another defence, have you?
Yeah, I got another defense that I've seen someone use. I'm going to do a name drop here. Rez used it to against on somebody, and it wasn't against me. I've only seen it once.
Then I'll just
so I might
end my setup there. Give the ball to a catcher, run him in, and then you can set up.
pay her?
Just stick a catcher on the front line and chuck him the ball.
Can you go get cash?
Alright.
And I think you're right. I think you're right, Ad. It's you need to have these different tools in your arsenal to know how to get past things. They're important. If he's got 2 stand firmers, sometimes it's knock this guy down so you can get into this square to hit the guy in the middle. So it is an extra block. I get that, but it's a way to get around the without leaps. It's a way to get around the stand firm. If he goes backwards, you don't follow. You come in here and blitz into your guy. So you've got to have a plan, is what we're saying. Oh, he's going to one-turn me instead.
I'm just gonna now I'm just moving for fluff right now. I'm just seeing where I need to put. I don't even know where to put this guy. I'll just put him over here, I guess. So I've already done this kind of strategy earlier, so I'm not even gonna explain or anything. I'm just gonna go as fast as I can. That way I can set up against you. All right, let's see here. Just gonna go here. We got a 3 blood. Yep, we do. Okay. Follow along.
And again, keep reiterating it. It is simple with these guys, but it's about that. I need to spend time with my team. I need to spend time with them being able to do, otherwise they're never going to do.
Now luckily my guy already has movement 9, so this is going to be very quickly.
Exactly, movement 9 you need 1 push. I've just done it with the equivalent of movement 8.
Uh-huh.
So I only needed the 1 go for it. And if you can, like you've just seen, it's worth doing. Up your stand, go and score.
Uh-huh. And then I go here.
Pick the
Are you
ball
kidding
up,
me? Freaking
There it is.
Butterfingers here. Oh my god. Oh, I you know, it's the only time I could laugh, because otherwise
Right.
I'd just be cursing up a storm.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you drop it again, I'm going to score. Gut runners in
Okay.
range. There it is.
Alrighty. Okay, now I'm going to try to do what I saw Rez do once against somebody. I was watching. I only saw it once, and it was a while ago. So I'm going to try my best to remember how he did it.
Yeah.
So forgive me, Rez, if you're watching and I don't do it the way you had it.
I'll just check
I'm
to
gonna
see
try.
if he's watching.
Okay. So,
No, we've got only a few people that I know. So yeah, for those that again haven't seen it or YouTuber, because I'll put this on YouTube. We've talked about some one-turn defense and what I believe to be the best. It's not saying it is the best, but it's what I believe it to be the best. And I've done the numbers and I've crunched them and crunched them and crunched them. And then we're going through some that Fox thinks is useful or good, or other people have said is good, and we're just seeing how easy it is to, for all intents and purposes, break that defense.
I think he moved this guy 1 up here, if I remember correctly. Or something like that. Okay, I think it's about that. Just want to make sure. I don't remember having so many guys in the middle there, but I think this is just my version of it. Yeah, maybe he had someone over here. No, because what he's trying to do, I think he was trying to do is, because you're limited to only having 2 guys on the ends, and I think with that it makes it less accessible. I think I want to do this, but then that leaves this middle open for you quite a bit. So I'm going to go with my gut instinct, and I'm going to put these guys right back where they were. Because you have less people to put on the sidelines. All right, try that. It was something like this. And then, of course, this is the last thing I got. If you have anything else, you can just show me, like, when I set up to try to make a touchdown, go with what you think is the best defense. I think you saw it before, but just show it again one more time.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I might have a go with a Dark Elf team as well.
Oh, okay.
Just give me 3 guys on the front line and we'll have a play. 1, 2, I'm going to try something slightly different now. 1, 2, he goes there, he goes there. One. Excuse me. So you need to come round here. Right. I want you to be a gutter runner. I want you over here. 1, 2, pushes there. 1.
I'm starting to remember now. It was Rez versus Fire Talker. Rez was Chaos. Fire Talker was Skaven. It was like around the fall, around sometime in November, he did this. Just can't quite remember exactly.
Right. Let's go with that. I'm going to try and do this without blitzing, just for a bit of a giggle.
Okay. There you go.
If I was blitzing, I wouldn't be using the right ogre at all. But do you know what? He's just been great for me. The same guy would be scoring. But where my gutter runner is stood, number 4, the one waving his hand, that's where I'd normally be blitzing the player into, and it'd be stood 1 square to the side between here where the gap is for the storm vermin. So the idea behind this is we're going to try and push 1. Have you got dodge on that player? You have. So
yeah,
that's good.
I do.
2. I need to bring in a player to there. He has got dodge, so that's
use
good.
dodge, yeah. So this is if your guy already has movement 9, you've already got the range. But let's say he has 8. What do you do here? I guess you get that extra.
It's not
right?
it's not just that. I'm going to use this guy because I'm also thinking this first dodge is 3+, and I don't like it. Oh, I haven't got enough people, so how can I do that? Oh, I should have had a player here on that corner.
Looks like you need to blitz now, right?
Yeah, I do. I was hoping to blitz the war dancer. So I've got a couple of options. I could either blitz this war dancer and try and move him, or I can, like you say, come in here.
Yeah.
Blitz here.
And that might give you an extra block on the war dancer if you do it right. Oh no, you can't. Oh shoot.
That's all right. We're still good.
Yeah. Okay.
We're still good. I should have blocked that, but we got players.
Yeah.
We're limited for players.
If you move that one guy, then you could have had that gutter runner block the war dancer.
Yeah.
There. Would have been nice. Just as a mental note, audience members.
So yeah, we're in range. We've gone to 2 pushes, which is nice. That's any standard movement 9 or movement 8 with sprint type player.
Okay. Cool.
Right, let's just
I can't think of anything else. So
find me a Dark Elf team and see if I can do it with a Dark
okay.
Elf.
All right. Do you want me to go with any other regular team or?
It makes
just
no
the same?
use those.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, example of Frenzy fixing a screw up. You could argue that it was a mess. It wasn't. I planned to use the Frenzy, but you can use Frenzy. And then it was the Blitz that I'd messed up, so I needed to use the Blitz where I didn't plan to use it. Play in a friendly match. Now, what I will say, it's been a while since I've done this, so I might have to look at.
interested to see how this is going to work with Frenzy, because you could probably do this with a necromantic team.
Hello, Shawnee.
Given that if you have both your wolves, of course.
I don't even know.
I've seen it. I've seen it with a white before too.
Well, we'll go with that then there.
Yeah. All right.
So what I want you to do is have just 3 guys on the front line at 1 space apart.
No problem. Yeah, this time I'm not going to try any kind of defense. You just tell me what to put.
Yeah. And I have got a little guide here, because it's been so long. But once it's out on the screen, we're going to play in your stadium, shall we?
Oh, okay.
Once it's out on the screen, people can look at it and have a look and say, actually, yes, I can see how this is done.
So just to, for people who are thinking, well, why should the defender just set the formation to what you want? Well, because the plan is usually still the same. It just might be, instead of a 2-block dice, it might be a 1-block dice. So it'll just be harder for you if I had a guy on the second line or the third line. So that's just to say that. I just want to put that out there because, yeah, the other person is going to try at least to stop you, but we're just doing it so you can see it succeed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, you've got to think that there are people out there in the I don't play Cladder at all. In leagues, Cladder, wherever you happen to be playing, that don't know how to defend properly. Hopefully they'll, well, true thoughts. Hopefully they'll either see this and learn to defend properly, or they won't see this and then you'll be able to score against them. So I need to work out what I've even got on this team. Okay, we've got a movement 8 witch. Oh, she's pretty. Look at her. Movement 7, agility 5, a strength 4, agility 5, 9. Movement 9 witch. This is almost easy. We won't be using her. So some people will set up in a straight line across the back here. Obviously, he's not doing that for ease.
I'm not going to do. Yeah. I'm sorry.
And then
I'm interrupting.
And then he's left me this at the front, which many people will do. In which case, you know,
this is what you want.
Yeah, this is what I want. It's a case of, you know, that's what we've got. So this will blitz with her.
Because, you know, and it's not just Cladder. I just want to point out, I still see people in MML set up that where you have all the guys in the back in a straight line. So I still see some veterans who still set up that way where everybody's in a straight line thinking that's the best thing to do.
Right, you are the scorer, so we're going to use you. Have I got I thought I had an agility 5 blitzer. Yes, I do. Right. This guy's actually surplus to requirements. So there we go, I've got a spare guy, so I'm going to put him over here just in case. So 10 players for Dark House. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Right, if you kick me that touchback, we'll see how it goes. Bear in mind, it's about getting the guy into range, not scoring the touchdown.
That kick.
Beautiful.
Love that kick.
So my score's going to be this guy in the middle. I've made him movement 8. Well, we'll still push him, so he's in. It's one less go for it. And I'm using the blitz here. So it's not often people will block this line, but if they do you know what? They do.
Yeah, you got tackle, so you got to make sure you turn that off, right? Okay.
So we're using that frenzy. This was my old league team, this was. So we've frenzied into there, which is nice. And then we're looking for a block here. And we push. But what we are looking to do is push our witch into that player who's going to go forward. Follow. So a little bit of future thinking. Then we're going to look at, because he's so slow, push in this player. Ah, bollocks! I've messed up.
No. You could have moved him on the other side.
Yeah, the square next to him. I need a player, but I'm going to have to bring a player around for it.
Yeah, because you could have put your guy there.
3, 4, 5, 6. Go for it. I need a player there.
Yeah, if you would have moved that guy to be pushed there, you would have had no problem then, right?
So if you go one, because he's a spare player. He's spare for a reason.
That's a 50% dodge.
Yeah, we
what
don't
about the
like
other guy on the other side there? That
yeah,
one lineman all by himself.
He would normally be... We're going to take that there.
Okay.
And hopefully the dice are good to us. So the witch should have bounced back out and filled that gap. She didn't, because I was an idiot. So this guy, we're looking at a 1 dice, not pretty. Needs some guard. We got the dice we want.
Yay.
We go in there. Follow. See now, these players is where we are looking. We're looking at that one go in there. We're looking at this one and that one go in.
You sure you want him there?
Yeah.
No. The other guy has enough movement?
Yep.
Okay, good. Alright. So I'm thinking align me with only movement 6.
I believe it's just down to the witch elf with the push. So there's one mistake. I needed to use all 11. Do you know what? We're going to finish this off with a nice, glorious pow.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Boom.
That way you don't have to dodge.
And then, because he's movement 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've actually done it. So you could have. That's how you could have scored with a dwarf team. There you go. So that's movement 6 touchdown there for you guys. I'm sorry, it's supposed to be a 7. I apologise for letting you down on that one. So yeah.
Oh, but this works. This could be done with a dwarf. It could be done with necromancy and.
Yeah. Any team in the game you can score with a 1-turner if you put the time in to learn it. And if that means... I'm not a fan of guides at tabletop, because tabletop is you versus me, we're at a table, done. But if you need a guide, then get a guide. Let's see how you defend this.
Okay.
I'm not going to be pleasant to you. I'll warn that now.
Yeah, show me your best stuff. I think you showed it to me earlier, but show me something else.
No, this is better than my best stuff.
Oh, okay.
Mind you, you've got movement 9.
Right. I'm gonna try without. See if I just have movement 8, and if I have
do whatever it is you got.
Yeah, strength 3 ward.
If I've got enough, I'm gonna put tackle across the entire back line.
Ah, yeah. Very
because
good
that's where you're going to be doing their last dodges.
You do have a tackle. You got another tackle right there on the line.
Yeah, I know, but he's also got my sidestep.
Oh, yeah, you got your 3 sidesteps.
So I've got 3 side. Let's see what you do.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I think ads put into multiple ways to do this one. I think I like this way because it's really good for the right. So ads put something on a Discord app. Discord channel. Oh, there you go. I've not seen that. So yeah, the link that's in the Twitch channel, that's worth having a look at. It shows you what you could potentially do. Before now, I've got a bit of paper and drawn out every step along the way. That one goes there, put a cross between the circle, which is my play or something, and just spent that time because it depends what you want out of the game. If you want to get good, that's fine. If you want to win games, that's fine. If you want to develop and become the best you can be, you've got to do it. And like Ad's saying there about the chains, you start doing this, you start seeing chain pushes throughout the game. You start seeing those chain pushes throughout the game, then you're laughing. What we will do, there is one thing else I would like us to do. We'll go back to the L's 4. Well, we could do it with this. We could do it with this team. Yeah, we could do it with this team. There is one other thing we'll have a go at.
I think I'm gonna try with that. See if I'll go. Now, obviously, I'm gonna try not to use all my stat of abilities, but if I have to, I have to.
You know, I've got a team that's 21 TV, KTV, or whatever it is, that you may have to play in a league. This is a league team. You know, it's gruesome. There's some lovely witches on them.
Oh, already. I should have probably tried with Pro. Oh well.
So that's interesting. Okay. Grab to cancel sidestep.
Uh-huh.
This would be interesting. You're obviously going to cancel sidestep. Oh, are you? Oh, you're not using...
I
that
forgot
works.
to cancel.
That still works. Oh, you forgot to cancel... Oh, yeah. So now you can still push the sidestep player into your own player.
Yeah. Not the way I wanted to go, but it works. And I think I'm going to tackle him down. I'm not sure if I have enough. Yeah, I'll try. I'm going to try.
I won't use sidestep because I shouldn't be able to use sidestep.
I don't know if I have enough guys. Maybe I do. Let's see if I can cancel your sidestep again.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, cool. And I'll bring this guy up.
I am going to see. You are in range of movement 9, aren't you? So I am going to see
right now.
if I can choose to sidestep into your player.
Okay.
Or elsewhere. No, it's not letting me. So yeah, sidestep doesn't work, so that's good.
Okay.
That's good.
And I think that's it.
So now you've come out of tackle and you've got 2 tackles here. That's the best chance I think I've got. I think, had it been me for the audience, I'd have put him there. And then I would have tackled a tackle, but this dodge has got no tackle on it. Whereas now all his dodges got tackle on it. That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's done it anyway. He's done it with leap. So yeah, that still works.
Yeah, you're right. I had to use all my skills and abilities just to get past this. So that is a really good defense. If I didn't have that.
What I want you to do is just end turn there.
Okay. I'll confirm this setup. All right.
You're now kick me a touchback.
Okay.
Because there's one thing else I want to try and show to people. Right, just end your turn because I want you to have the ball.
Okay. Alright, ending my turn now.
Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up to stop a one-turner.
Okay.
Hopefully. But I'm going to do it so that you're there. Take these fancy players off. Here. Yeah, well, we're going to try and show a counter. So, Yeah, I mean, I'm going to set up like this. Let's put, in case I need to, you there. Try and one turn there.
You sure about your tackle pieces? You want them in the back, don't you?
No. What I'm going to do is at some point I'm going to tell you to stop and just assume that something went wrong.
Okay. Oh, I see. So you want to see if you can one turn yourself and respond.
Yeah, and I've got a movement 8 and I've got a movement 9. Both are very capable. Movement 9's obviously easier. Movement 8 was sprint easier. But I'm just thinking along, if I put 3 catchers on the front line, you don't deal with it and you don't score your one turner, then you've had it. Because I can potentially go back. Potentially.
Oh, okay.
So we'll have a look. We'll see.
Alright. Okay, let's take a look. I'm just going to go to try the same things.
Yeah.
It's already set up that way. Oh, well, there you go.
We'll ignore that, because that actually doesn't... That might stop you scoring. So if it scores a tie, then... Do you know what? It depends if you need the win or not. If you're winning, move out the way. Don't worry too much. Don't touch the ball. Don't touch the ball. Normally, players you get somebody in range first.
So I'm gonna go with. I think I'll just do this guy. All right? No. I'm gonna do this guy. You tell me when to stop.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, we will use dodge.
I'll go it this way.
Yeah, it's about needing that defensive one turn. So let me just think.
Okay.
You'd normally be looking to pass the ball now. 2 tackle zones, or would you be looking to try and put him down and make it 1 tackle zone?
If it was me, I'd be looking for 1 tackle zone. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're looking at 1 more hit, I think. So yeah, do 1 more hit then.
And I'm gonna hope to bring this guy down now. So
Because we're gonna simulate you failing to pick up the ball. I think that's what we're gonna go with.
All right. Let me just put this guy here for a third dice. No, I won't get a third dice. 3, 4, 5, 6. I have to knock somebody out. Nah. Let's just go with this. 2 dice. Hopefully I get the POW.
You got the pals.
Alright, I'll put him over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to say that you failed to pick up the ball.
Okay. So I'm going to end my turn.
Yeah.
I'll put my guy right next to it, so kind of simulate that. Right here?
Yeah, that makes... You can do, yeah. Yeah, you can do.
Right there. There we go.
So... we want to try and possibly push into him, and out of there. She's movement 9, so she needs 2. So if we... That's going to have to be you. Go there. And push in this catcher. You've got sidestep anyway. You've got sidestep.
You want me not to use... Oh, I don't think I can.
Yeah, don't use sidestep.
I'll try my best not to, alright?
No, that won't work, so I need to be in that gap there. Okay. Oh, actually, what an idiot, it's there already. So this guy has actually got...
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, strength 400 you are.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So we've got that. We're going to have to re-roll this, isn't we? That's inconvenient. So anyway, let's just go through with the play. That pushes you there, I go into there, and we move you out of the way.
Well, how about this? if he's not stunned, I'll just pick him up, and then my turn. You want to try that? 'Cause I'm interested to see what you want to do.
I'm just wondering.
like
Hang on, there might still be a way. I'm just wondering if I needed to follow.
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Should I have followed? I'm just wondering. Can I? Boom. No, I think... Yeah, I do still have a blitz. If you go round to there... I'm going to see if I can do this. I've used my reroll, haven't I?
Yeah.
So you've got...
to do like 2 go for us. You probably have to go with.
You go there. I think we can still do it. You use dodge. You stand up. So it does mean, which is inconvenient, it's a 1 dice. But you know what? It still works. Fails the dodge. We just need, it's a 3+ roll on a dice. There we go. So
Yeah.
you go into there. You go into there. You go into there. And she goes up to there.
Okay.
So now, because she's movement 9, she's in range. And other than dice, we score.
There you go.
So
Good move.
having an idea of the 1-turn touchdowns and stuff, once you get it down to a point where, do you know what, this is simple, I know I can do it with 5 or 6 players, which you can with Wood Elf teams, you can start developing it, and you can start thinking, well, no dice, there are no dice. We explained that earlier on. Dice don't matter. I was in range, therefore I can. And now it's just, other than the dice working. That's the only thing that was going to stop that, was the dice. Even when, you know, I powered the guy down, I still had the blitz. We had to roll lots of dice. There's a chance, but as I say, it's on YouTube. It's a Skaven versus Skaven game, and the guy was 2-1 up, and he just shouldn't have bothered trying. You just said, move away, and said, you know what, I've won the game, thanks very much. He messed it up because he didn't know what he was doing. And then I 1-turn him on the counter because I had to put a gutter on the front line, and it was like, well, do you know what? That draw you threw away because it should have been a win for yourself. So yeah. Anything else? Anything else you want to look at and cover?
As far as 1-turners, no. But if there's another time, if you start one time, we can talk about more detailed Wood Elf defense mechanism. Not like, you know, when someone's got a cage and stuff like that. Or when,
we could potentially bring up some of my games that I played from B&T where I use Wood Elves.
Okay.
In fact, there's 2 games we can look at potentially on the way I approach the game as well, because sometimes the approach to the game, you win and lose the game before you start it because you approach it wrong. And
that'd be great. That'd be great.
I'm just trying to think. Yeah, they won't take too long to do, so we can have a look at those and talk over some games. But it's Dio, a friend of ours on PC. He's a great friend of mine personally as well.
I know Dio.
Spence.
What's up, Dio?
No,
Spence. Never mind.
Not Dio from MML and BNT. Different guy. And he will go back and watch his own games 2 or 3 weeks later, because you're not in the same mindset of, well, I know what I was doing. You're actually looking and thinking, well, what would I do? Yes, I did what I did. You know, there's a the game that I put up where I played. Did you see? No, I'll share you a link. I played versus Dwarves, which is horrible for Wood Elves, and as you know, because they take your advantages away with tackle and stuff. Yes, you've got movement, but you can't break them down. Your strip ball doesn't work. Tackle's pointless, and they've got guard in the cage, so they're just bollocks to play. But playing that game, I'll show you a link. The 1-turn was a bit off and obscure, but I knew what I wanted to do. The defence was what it was. It wasn't brilliant, but I had a plan in mind. I don't like column defence like they're set up now because it's too easy to get round. I like to have a bit of a scatter so that you can't push players into players, and it's almost like what's this guy trying to do and not do. So I'll share that with you, and you can have a watch of that. It's on Jimmy Fantastic's Twitch. He streamed it, and I think Fode is streaming a final. It's me and Norse Wednesday at 8 o'clock start against Arioso, fantastic German player. So that'd be good. Hopefully we get some good quality there. But yeah,
Awesome.
We'll do it again, and we'll stick it on Twitch. I'll stick it on YouTube, and then if you want to watch it back, and other people want to watch it back, it just gives them an idea of what can happen and what can't happen, you know?
Awesome.
And why you
I
need
love
to
it.
think about your defence, especially on the one-turners. I mean, I've got no issues setting up like this for a turn 16, even though I know a player can get surfed. Excellent.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, Ad's going to be in commentary with that, which would be good. I know he's got me and Arioso popping on before and after the game for a chat, I believe. It's his final, so it'd be nice to be a part of that. So yeah,
Great.
I will see you or speak to you soon. And the guys, thanks for joining us. I appreciated that. It was quite
Yes,
fun.
thanks for watching.
It's quite
Appreciate
fun.
it.
Cheers, buddy. Bye bye.
Cheers. Bye.
And for the guys out on Twitch and whatnot, again, thank you very much.